Welcome back. We back. Welcome, fam. We jumping in.
You're wild. This is dope. Y'all on the something.
Thank you, God.
Welcome back to More Than the Podcast. I am your host, Denzel, along with my brothers, Cam, Irv, got Mike behind the scenes, and a special guest, Dominic, one of my really, really close friends from college. We've been rocking since 2013. We came together to have a fruitful conversation about relationships and marriage. Marriage has been a goal for generations, but let's be real. Marriage is not what it used to be. Some say marriage is the ultimate sign of love, while others think it's just an expensive piece of paper. More and more people are choosing long-term relationships without the legal contract. But when you strip away the traditions of religion and social pressure in 2025, is marriage still valuable, or is it just an outdated tradition? So let's get into it. So we're gonna start out with the divorce rates, the statistics. You got that?
Yes, sir, I do. Coming from the CDC, for anybody else want to, CDC, Center of Disease Control, from 2024, 40 to 50%. First-time marriages, 40 to 50%.
Is that like worldwide, U.S.?
Yes, sir, America.
America. Okay.
America. We're America. Because that's where we at. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at. But 40 to 50%, CDC said as of 2024.
Okay.
40 to 50?
40 to 50%.
Is that a good stat or a bad stat? I don't know.
I mean,
That's the divorce rate?
Yeah.
that's the divorce
Okay,
rate.
yeah, that is
More
bad.
than half.
That's basically half.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask this question. Dom, is that bad to you?
Yeah, but that's half. When you get into a relationship or marriage, it's like you have a 50% chance of it ending. So that's definitely, to me, ain't the greatest.
I got some stuff out, and I would love to dive into that, but I want to continue before we dive into it, 'cause I know we're going to dive into it.
Real quick, also, not to stray away, I would love to see what those statistics are. Sorry.
We're good.
Those statistics are broken down by age range and demographic as well. I would be very curious to see which communities, which,
Have the high
ethnic groups and so on and so forth are having the higher or lower percentages of divorce rates. That's just me being curious though, but
Hey, we'll have that as we continue.
Yeah.
We'll have that as we continue.
What you got for the Bible, man? What the Bible say?
Oh, we getting into the word.
Yeah. They want Bible, let's get them Bible.
Hey. Y'all know where we're coming from.
Take a little bit.
Shout out to G though, man. That's hilarious.
So you know what?
Go ahead.
So you know what? As you looking it up,
I got him. But
you got it? Go ahead. I got something for you afterwards. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Well, we could start right in the beginning of the word, which is in Genesis chapter 2, verse 24. It says, "Therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh." So that's telling you right there in the beginning of the word that, whenever marriage is on the table, the two are no longer two, they become one, right? You know what I mean? So your family, your parents, whatever the case may be, that's no longer your priority. That's no longer the head of your life. Your spouse is. Another one, Ephesians 5 and 22, "Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord." So it tells you the role of a wife. She is to be submissive to her husband. And I think we can get into that. That might be a whole nother episode in itself, but a lot of women hear the word submit and they just, their skin start crawling and they like, I can't do that. I ain't submitting to no nigga. But, again, this is what the word says. And then if you truly understand what that means, you would understand that there's power in it. It's not a position of weakness, right? And then another one, Ephesians 5 and 25, same chapter. "Husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for it." So that tells you what a man is supposed to do for his woman as well. We're supposed to love you, give ourselves to you, just as God gave himself for the church, right? And then one of my favorites, Proverbs 18 and 22. This is one that I tell people all the time, just in regards to my own personal, relationship and my marriage. It says, Proverbs 18 and 22, whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor of the Lord. So I look at my life and how drastically it's changed since I've become married. I was already doing well when I met my wife and we were dating and engaged and all of that stuff. But once we became married, I feel like I was like 10 feet taller. You know what I'm saying? Walking around life as a husband versus a boyfriend.
You know, I could tell.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I could definitely tell.
You put a little battery in my back, a little more pep in my step, and you know what I mean?
Most
and I feel
definitely.
like God has been shining on me since I've made that decision and commit myself not only more to him, but to my wife as well. So
100%.
that's what we got for you from the word.
Yeah. What you got? What you got?
I just let her hear it because I've been able to witness it since day one.
Yeah.
So just to throw in there, I love to hear because I just want to throw something out there. Irv, before your wife, that wasn't the forefront of your mindset at all. Moving, if I'm correct, as you know what I'm saying, which speaks on what a wife and who a wife is, and how even as we're moving and whatever we want. When the real one comes through and the Lord says, hey, it's that time, regardless if you're ready or not, you're going to understand and know.
Yeah.
And it's either you be ready, get ready, and say, Lord, thank you, I'm going to jump on, or you're going to miss out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to put that out there of understanding because, like I said, I was able to see both sides before y'all even came together. So it's like, I saw that impact.
The change.
Yeah. I saw the impact to this day.
To this day.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that's facts.
That's just, I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, man.
I love that.
Yeah, which brings us to the next question. Right on time.
But before we went in there, I want to bring up because the Lord listened. Holy Spirit always moving. Black men and women have the highest divorce rates at 22%, 24%. Next, Hispanic men and women at 11 and 14.
Now,
That's
look,
hot,
now
that's-
hold on. Here's my thing. What you got, bro?
No, I was
I
going
just had to put that out there because we want to.
I'm glad. I'm glad you did,
I'm
bro.
glad you put it out there too.
That's that is that's a very telling stat based on and I'm just this is very it's a surface but it's deeper than that. Based on what I see on a regular basis. Everybody can speak for themselves, but what I see on a regular basis, especially on social media, that doesn't even surprise me. Because it just seems like our community got the most to say about relationships without having successful relationships.
You right, and you ain't lying. And I'm glad you included the Hispanics into our community. Like he said, it's way deeper than that, and I'm glad you pulled that out. And like, it's a whole bunch of little side conversations we can be having and make a whole nother episode based off of that because you just read. Was that all the stats that you had?
Well,
Did they have?
I want to specify on what we was asking.
Right, but did they have other races on there?
Well, they didn't. I could have went. They had everything in there, but I wanted.
But they was at the top of the list.
Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
all that matters. That
That says a lot.
To me, which
They
one was?
had everything, but those are the top two, which I feel like is the reason why we're having a conversation. They and retaining us. I mean, we at the top.
Yeah.
We're at the top of that list. So I'm just. Of course, our audience, not family, is of a diverse community. But where we're sitting here, the 4 men right here, that's what we have to experience.
Yeah.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what we have experience.
Which brings me to the next question. What is the most important aspect in a relationship? And should you be willing to reciprocate what you're asking or looking for?
That's a great question.
That's a good question, bro. I honestly think communication. Communication is key, especially in a short-term, long-term relationship. Having a solid foundation of communication will save so many arguments. So I think communication for me is the biggest one, I would say, for sure. For sure.
I mean, shit, you want that shit on the job.
Yeah. It's so simple, right? It should be so simple, but I think our biggest problem now is we don't communicate our feelings we have towards certain things we may not like. So I think communication is honestly the biggest thing.
You mean like cry? With tears?
Nah, not even cry, but just be able to like communicate and express how you feel about certain. You may
Crying
not like,
is communication.
It is.
It's a form.
It's a form.
Yeah.
It's a form. So But when you with your comeback to that, are you saying like, is that not a good way? You saying that's communicating? If you see someone crying, you're like,
That's
I
vulnerability.
think that's a great way to. I think that's a great way.
Yeah.
I mean, she gotta be special. She gotta be special. Yeah. She definitely gotta be special. You know, but
how many made you cry?
whew,
We getting deep. We getting.
that's what Patreon. That's what Patreon.
I just want to throw that.
You think you slick?
I throw it out there.
Look at him. He tried me.
Good maneuver.
I got a little question.
So let me ask you this, Dom. When we're talking about communication, do you feel like from your experiences, just throughout life and period, any relationship, do you feel like it's been easier for women to be able to express themselves and communicate to you, or you to be able to communicate with them? Like, is there a disconnect between men and women being able to communicate with one another?
Yeah, I think there's two parts. I feel like I'm a great communicator. I can communicate really well. My problem is I'm a bad person receiving communication. Like she might tell me something small, like take the trash out. And I'll hear her, I'll take the trash out when I feel like it. So I think for me, it's receiving that communication and maybe that moment in time, I should just take the trash out, right? So I think it's both sides to it, receiving and be able to communicate to your partner as well when it comes down to it.
Yeah, because some people, okay, so when we talk about receiving, sometimes it could be, you know what a lot of people will say is like, it's not about, what you say, is how you say it, right?
Correct.
So it's like how you're communicating could also be how you end up receiving and then in turn how you end up responding, right?
No,
like, me and my wife talk about this a lot of times. We have conversations, she expresses the way she feels about something, and because of the way I think and the way I'm also receiving it, I'm coming back with, and if you can't respond to these, then what are we talking about? But she's like, but you're being defensive, right?
Right.
And so there's a
level to it.
There's a level of like understanding in there as well. It's like, do you feel like in your experience has it been easier or harder when you're the one having to communicate to be able to like, to get your point across without coming off defensive or like abrasive and things like that?
Yeah, because I feel like I communicate really well, and sometimes maybe the way that I communicate doesn't come off the best way to my partner, right? But I think it's also like knowing your partner, right? Knowing how you can kind of communicate with her.
Yeah.
In the past, I felt like I said I can communicate really well, but I go in circles sometimes. I go in complete circles where it's like I say the same thing over and over, expecting this person to get it, and they don't get it. We're in this one big loop of a circle. So it takes time, bro, to really learn to communicate with someone, especially someone you're either starting a new relationship with or been with them for a long time. It definitely takes some time to kind of get there, for sure.
Okay.
So Don, with that, let's say it takes time with the communication. Is there a timeline you have to put on that though? To where you're like, you know what? I just see we're not on the same page. We're not gonna be on the same page. We ain't gonna get on the same page. Do you think there's a timeline you put on that?
Yes and no. I feel like it's on the value of how you see that person, right?
Yes, sir.
If you are really, you really love this person, then yeah, you're gonna spend a lot of time into it, right? If it's still new and you already arguing, having disagreements heavy on, then maybe now it's not worth that time to really communicate and express it to that person. So I definitely, I don't put a timeline on it because it can change per person, but I think for me, it depends. I know pretty soon, heavy on, if I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a problem. I need to leave.
And I was just,
I need to bounce out.
I was just gonna ask that because I'm gonna bring this up as of a man, as of how something you just brought up. You said, okay, you shared the vulnerability of yourself and saying, okay, maybe it's sometime I have a problem with the reception of the communication, right? So let's just say the significant other's like, the woman is like, girl, I wish the trash could, but he be really just waiting and he just really be fighting and just gonna do it when he want to, like, and she gets to a point where she's like, you know what, I'm not gonna deal with that.
Right. I think you gotta pick your battles. You gotta pick your battles because sometimes, nigga, take the trash out. Like, sometimes I think you just need to just take the trash out, and sometimes you gotta really pick your battles on what you want to go with moving forward. So I think for me, I've learned to pick my battles. Sometimes go and just take the trash out.
Yes, sir.
That's a healthy tip. That's why I had to. That's a very healthy tip. Pick and choose your battle with these women, gentlemen, because I'm telling you right now, no matter if they relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, friend, pick and choose your battle with these women. I'm telling you, that's the best advice that any man can give any other man. it's okay to be. It's a time to be macho,
Right.
but then there's a time to like, be submissive as well.
Ooh,
You know what I'm saying?
hold on.
Like, so
I was gonna go there
Nah.
because I'm glad I just want I want you to hear something. I just want everybody to hear everything you just sat there and say. It's also a time to be submissive. When I going back to the word and reading that word, every time that scripture come out, like you said, a woman, she out. Oh, that mean I gotta be submissive. Wait, that mean I just gotta say it. No, it's not saying you just gotta say it, but understand what God has asked you in there. He's also asking of your husband to Him. I have to submit to Him.
Right.
I have to say yes to His will and no to what this world is saying. So just because Denzel or Herb or Mike and his wife are doing something, if they're not doing it according to God's will, we shouldn't even be. You know what I'm saying? But then on that, it's like, understand, I have to submit as well.
Yeah.
You want me to be this leader. You want me to be this, and that. To be able to be that, I gotta understand who's my source for that, to do that. So that word submissive is, you're not submitting because, I'm just telling you, God telling you I'm your Lord and just say, do what I say. No. I'm submitting to a way as well.
Yeah, He's giving you structure for a reason.
That's
right?
all, and
Ain't
that's all it
nothing in there
is.
is words wasted. To us, it's not words wasted. So everything he's saying in there is for a reason. It's up to you to be able to have the discernment to understand, like, okay, this is what he's asking for me to do. You feel what I'm saying? The greatest advice my dad ever gave me is similar to what you was just saying. It's a time and place for everything. Yeah, literally, plain and simple. There's a time and place for everything.
That's Ecclesiastes. Of course, that's Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
Which brings me to my second question. What are the red flags and deal breakers in a relationship that would prevent you from taking the next step?
Why you touching my shoes? Because they were red.
Yeah.
I was just trying
Red flag.
I was trying to understand because you said red flags and I was trying to understand.
Because you feel me. That's the reason why.
You want me to kick that one off?
By all means.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, we talk about red flags, bro. I think one of the biggest ones is the same thing that what you said as far as what we should be looking for in a relationship: communication. If there is a lack thereof, that's a red flag, fellas. Like, ladies as well. If somebody ain't communicating with you, don't waste your time. That's just not even worth it. Another one is respect, right? I think that's super important, and it's not like, you owe me anything as far as like you got to do anything for me. It's just about the way that you communicate with me, the way that you interact with me, the way that you interact with my people, right? Like, let's say you dating somebody, you bring them around your people. It's like, if they not acting accordingly, that's disrespectful to you. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you bringing them around people that you care about, people that's like your family, your friends, that person that you bringing around is always a direct reflection of you. So like, whatever they got going on, people gonna be like, oh, man, don't invite so-and-so because he's gonna bring, you know what I mean?
Hey, that's a big one.
Speaker.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So for me, it was always communication and respect. Those were the two things for me that was like, if you didn't have that, then like, I already knew it wasn't going nowhere. Don't mean we couldn't kick it, but like, it wasn't gonna go nowhere for sure, yeah.
No, I think for me, I got two. I think family. Family's important. I think that like, that person's family is always gonna be in their life. And so it needs to be somewhat of a stable family to some degree for me. And then also, I think money. I mean, if you ain't making more than 40K, we can't talk. I think, no offense to it. I think 40K is dirty.
Yeah, no.
I think 40K
Yeah, no.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
no.
Honestly, I should bump it to 50K, honestly. But I think that like, for me, I want someone that has their own. I want them to not need me, right?
Sure,
I think that like, I come into your life, I only add benefit to your life, and you shouldn't need me to go to the next level. I want to build an empire together, right?
Yeah.
And so for me, it's like, I don't need you to have all the money in the world. I mean, I'll take it if you got all the money in the world, but I don't need you to have all the money in the world. I think for me, it's just like, I want to build something together. And they say money can't buy you happiness, but it makes everything nice.
It does.
It makes everything easier for you. I think that when I have kids and stuff like that, I don't want them to go struggle or go through anything that was just bad. So for me, I'm like, you need money to do that. So having two different type of empires, incomes coming in, is to me is what I need. So like, I need you to, if you ain't got no money, Go ahead, you can still kick it, but
I love that.
you just can't,
You trying to build, just not for the ground, not just for the dirt.
I'm trying to
build
house
with
structure.
you need a platform
I
first.
need
You want a
something.
foundation.
I need
I like
something. I
that.
just can't have.
I love that you said
like
that. That you said, hey, I need you to. I'm gonna just be real. It's real that you started out with a 40 minimum.
And that's low.
That's low. But
That's low.
No. Because you understand the economy these days, but it goes, and I'm gonna just speak on mine. As we transition, speak on mine. One, God fearing. That's a red flag from God fearing, because even though through my experiences I understand that as much as I had the checklist and all this and all that and got it all and I haven't given any woman a ring. Right. You understand? So now it's gotten back to the sense of, okay, first and foremost, God fearing. Right. Because I need to know that you want him more than me. Because also what I've experienced is that you think, or you've also shared that your connection to him, you kind of see it as through me. Okay. When, if I wake up one day and we ain't decided to go to the Lord at the right away, I need to know that you got our back. Right. And that it ain't just, I'm the only one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you don't make it or something happens,
come on,
you can still take care of the family. Come on. You can still hold it down.
And I'm talking about from the spiritual aspect first. Yeah. From the spiritual aspect first, because now we're in a position, we are in those lives. You know how we grow up. We go to the family reunions, aunts and the uncles cooking the food, and aunts and we're the ones now in the pit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying now? So, but we also the ones pouring into what's coming on. We got little cousins, we got little brothers, little sisters, all that. And I have to tell I have a younger brother. Shout out to Lil Dave. Everybody, people know, he's a legend. I go around as Dave's big brother. So put that out. Okay. But he has a son. You know what I'm saying? Son down here. And I'm having to see that I'm the only sibling with no children. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got plenty of nieces and nephews, and people can. I'm letting God do his thing until he says so. But I have plenty I have to pour into, and I'm seeing it. We're that now.
Right.
I think
I'm kind of the same way. I don't have any kids, and so I feel like we're at an age where it's like we gotta really choose who we want to have a kid with. Facts. I think if we pick someone that's out the blue, I think to me it's like crazy with it all the time. That's your baby mama,
bro.
I think that's
come on, dog.
You good?
Yeah, you good.
You good?
I'm straight.
But you and I
know what he's saying though.
You and I, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
I've been in some serious relationships. I'm more of a relationship type dude, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Some people might not think so, but
that mean they don't know you.
They don't know me, right? But I'm a relationship. I'm like, when I'm actually in a relationship, I'm actually in a relationship. So when it comes down to like red flags and deal breakers, I'm really looking at, for one, like, do you believe in me? Because that's a big one. Mm-hmm. Like, two, like, do you respect my vision enough to want to invest in it? Not money, but time and patience. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and my vision is always to build, like you were saying. If you're not on that same page, then it's going to be really hard for me to see you as a wife or the mother of my child. So when it comes down to deal breakers, back to what you were saying about, like, bringing them around and being a reflection. I go to the gym. If you don't go to the gym, we're going to have a problem. Yeah, we're going to have a serious problem. And that's my problem. Yeah. And that's probably one of my red flags, because I'm trying to fix the problem. Like, look, you got everything I like, but I need you to fix this and go to the gym. You got to go to the gym. There's no way around it.
But what if they go to the gym and don't do nothing else?
If they go to the gym, then I ain't got no reason to complain.
He ain't tripping. That's like a top tier.
That's one of my top tiers. I don't think us men ask for much. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to relationships, we really don't. Like, I'm gonna say, go to the gym. Every man gonna ask for that.
So you can't say that.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't say that.
You can't say that.
Wait, hold on. It's not just about appearance. Y'all gotta understand. This is about your health and your well-being.
Exactly.
You're gonna be a mother,
and your mindset.
A wife, a mother, longevity, being able to. Come on, bro. You take care of yourself.
Here's the thing about the gym, and here's the thing about a man. So you don't necessarily have to go and lift weights.
No, right.
But when it comes down to the mindset thing, like, you always gonna be walking around depressed, complaining about your health, complaining about this and the third. Mm-hmm. So like, when it come down, and I don't want to make it seem like it's just all about the gym. I'm also looking at your spiritual well-being. Mm-hmm. Like, what foundation do you have? Can I work with you? You know what I'm saying? Are you too much off the grid?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, then it comes down to the mental. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing health-wise to take care of your mental? Are you going for walks? Are you reading books? Are you trying to figure out new things? Do you
Yes,
know
sir.
it all?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Like, those little things is going to let me know. And then, most importantly, going back to that scripture about being submissive, being submissive to a good man. Like, most women don't even know how to recognize that shit. Which is sad because there's a lot of beautiful women out here that's single or they got a bunch of kids and they not married, and it's like different areas people lack different type of knowledge. So yeah, when it comes to red flags, that can vary. But when it comes down to being a man, though, what you were saying, like you said, not everybody with that. Look, if you ain't doing what a man's supposed to do, then I don't look at you like a man.
Yeah.
I don't respect you as a man.
And so that's
what I'm
where we
saying?
go. So I was going to ask the next question: are you saying that a man, if a man ain't going out there taking care of himself, working out, taking care of himself, and all this, going all that, is he not a man or something?
No,
Or?
just because you 38 don't mean you a man. You know what I'm saying? It just means you get manly consequences, but like you get treated like a boy. Like your man ain't, your woman, your nieces, your nephews, your people, they're not gonna really look at you like they can't even trust you to, you know what I'm saying? Take the trash out. So how they gonna? But I'm with them.
Make it simple for him.
Yeah,
Make it
yeah,
funny. That's
I'm
real
with 'em.
talk. That's real talk.
So this is what I ask you, Denzel, because I understand the mindset where you're at. Would you say if you saw a couple who wasn't physically in somewhat type of way fit, would it be that they're both not on what they need to be on?
Yes, because
You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to get. That's what I'm
yeah,
trying to get to.
yeah. It's always gonna go back to health. People think that the gym, and I don't want to make this conversation about the gym, because it really goes into mind, body, and spirit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can't have one without the other. You cannot be fat and be in a good headspace and be healthy mentally. You can't. There's no way around it.
That's why I had to look over there.
And look, this is what I mean by fat. You might be 230 pounds, but you might be able to do some good, might be flexible. And that person might be feeling like they, you know what I'm saying?
Because Aaron Donald.
That's still a beautiful person.
Aaron Donald, 2+. Yeah, he 2% body fat.
Yeah, I ain't trying to fat fold, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
pause.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Everybody want to have the body that they want. You know what I'm saying? But
I just want to know from your perspective on that, because that's what you said is a deal breaker for you. Because everybody not may look at it as a deal breaker.
My deal breaker at the end of the day is you taking care of yourself, and do you know everything? Those who say they know, those who know everything, they not gonna say they know everything.
I'm gonna add that on the mind too.
But
know yourself.
But when it come down to you asking them where they are spiritually, you know what I'm saying? It's either they don't know, or they all over the place with it, and they can't go to prove and elaborate on what they from a source.
Yes, sir.
So when it comes, that's where I'm like, all right, yeah, if you on that, then you think you know everything, and so I can't even tell you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because like the words that I use don't come from me; they come from the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, when it comes to women, you got to be careful, gentlemen.
I love it.
Oh yeah.
For sure, because it's yeah, man. But to keep it going, you know what I'm saying? What do y'all think about staying with somebody for years? All right. Staying with somebody for years doesn't always mean loyalty either. Right? It doesn't always mean loyalty. I know for me personally, I've been in some serious relationships that's lasted 3-4 years, 5 years, on and off. That ain't healthy either. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, I come from the relationship type of brothers. You know what I'm saying? Most of my homies are married. Most of my homies been in long-term relationships. They know what it is. They know what it's like. They know how to treat a woman. But what are your thoughts? Because I know you and I had some real conversations.
Yeah.
Some real conversations going back like 2013. Yeah. And out of everybody on this sofa, you done had the longest relationship.
We're ready for it.
So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, bro, I was in a 10-year relationship last
I was just
year.
finna say you gotta give us the years.
Yeah, bro. It was 10 years, bro. And I think for me, it ended last year. I learned a lot, bro.
Yes,
learned
sir.
a lot through that relationship. I mean, I guess to kind of start where it all kind of began, or how it all ended, I would say. We were engaged last year, engaged for about a year.
Yes, sir.
We were going to do a destination wedding in Colombia. So we went out there, and it was our 10-year anniversary. And I think that I went out there, I paid for everything, but I didn't make it special. I literally just thought it was another day. I didn't do anything special, no roses, no nothing. I think that I was so, with the money I was making, I was thinking like, you know what, I'm making all this money, like us going on a trip and us planning the wedding would be enough for the 10 years. And she, of course, didn't like that. A month, goes by, and we come back to the States, and she's kind of like, hey, let me roll back a little bit. She goes to New York for, I guess, a job interview or something. She went to New York for something. We had an argument, and then from there, we didn't talk for that weekend. Monday, she comes back, and she hits me up. She's like, hey, I want to talk to you. And she's like, let's meet me here. We met at Twin Peaks parking lot. And she ended the engagement. And at first, I'm thinking like, where you gonna go? Go back home with your mama? What you mean? Where you gonna go?
Because we've been building.
I didn't believe she was gone. And so for me, she left, and I'm assuming she went back home. And so I went back to my job, got my stuff, and went home. And I came here, and my house was like the last episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Everything was gone.
See, I moved in the crib where we at right now.
Yeah, everything was gone. Everything, light fixtures, couches.
Light fixtures.
Hold
on.
It gets crazy. Light fixtures, TV stands, everything you see in this house now is completely different. It was all completely different. She took my clothes. She took my passport.
I'm sorry.
She took your passport.
Your clothes.
My clothes. She did a lot of petty stuff. She took. We had a dog together. She took the dog stuff.
Let me sit back, bro.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of petty stuff. She took out. Of course, I knew she was gonna do. She logged out Hulu, Netflix. Bro, I didn't have nothing, bro. I didn't have nothing, bro. And so to me, in that moment, bro, I was I was defeated, bro. I ain't never felt pain like that. Called my mom and dad. They came the same day and picked me up. The next 3 days after that, I called her mama, I called her sister, I called her friends, and I was blocked by a majority of them. I'm still cool with a few of her friends, but everybody blocked me. I had no way of reaching out to her. Bro, I was down bad. I even cashed after $1. Talk to me, please. Like, I was going through it, bro. A 10-year relationship, and to me, I didn't have any closure. I didn't have any understanding as to what happened, right? Like, why are we ending things? And so for me, it was super tough. After the third day, I resorted to emailing. Bro, I probably emailed her like 15, 20 times. Bro. Her mama. Some emails were crazy. Some emails were like, let's get back together. There's a lot of emails that I kind of sent to her, just trying to have a connection, have some type of conversation.
Yes, sir.
On that Monday was the last time I ever talked to her, heard from her ever again. Haven't spoke to her since. So for me, bro, I've never felt pain like that. I've never been in a situation, and I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy.
Yeah.
The way it went down, it was like I was like the worst human being in the world, that I was doing something crazy to her, bro. Right. And it wasn't that way. And so I was confused. And I just, went to therapy. And then a couple months passed by, and I found out that she's pregnant. I found out that she was pregnant. And I found out she was pregnant probably, I found out in June, but she had got pregnant like either April or March. So we ended.
While y'all were still together?
Correct. Either we were together or like a month after. But I mean, look at the picture.
Buddy had to be in the picture already.
Exactly. And also, this isn't like a whole let me comfort her type of thing. Honestly, I wish her the best. Hope everything works out. There's no hard feelings.
You're real to say that.
Yeah.
You're real to say that.
I'm going through growth. I wish her the best and I hope her life,
To God be the glory.
Yeah, I think I learned a lot from that relationship. And there was a lot of good times, a lot of bad times, but it was a mixture. But I think from that, finding out that she's pregnant, it just took the weight off of me. And granted, I was not perfect. She had infidelity. I had infidelity as well. I had my mistakes. Not perfect. But even the infidelity, I think it was bigger than that, right? I think it was bigger than both sides. I think that as a man, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing. Like in the sense of like, I guess the best example I can kind of give you is I stopped dating her. I got too comfortable. A 10-year relationship, I got comfortable. I just got comfortable. Probably, the best example I can give you is Colombia, bro, 10-year anniversary. Nigga, you couldn't get her some flowers? You couldn't get her some
Real talk.
cookie? I didn't do anything. And so you don't see all these things until after. And I was like, bro, I remember writing my Mac, like of all, bro, I wrote a whole damn near book about all the things that I didn't do right, what I wanted to change. And bro, I stopped opening the door for her. I stopped dating her. There were just so many things I stopped doing. So yes, infidelity was there on both sides, but I don't think it was what caused the breakup, right? I think it was the little things. And I also feel like our families were completely different. I think that she felt that she wasn't adequate enough for my family. Her family just was, just like I said, different. We grew up very differently than each other. And I think that she felt like she couldn't compare, not compare, but just couldn't
live up to it.
live
You know what I'm
up
saying?
to the family. And
Might
like,
be some family
yeah.
expectations and stuff like
Right,
that.
right.
That happens in relationships.
It does.
Yeah,
And
it
so for
does.
me, like looking back at my biggest thing was my mom. Like my mom was hurt more, I feel like more than me, because that was her daughter. And even to this day, she still loves her, wish her nothing but the best. But I think that like, my biggest thing that I learned now, moving forward, and figuring out who single dom is, who is this guy. Because 10 years is a long time trying to figure out who are you again, right?
Yeah.
You've always been together as one. Who are you now that you're single? My biggest thing is don't get comfortable. I was so comfortable in 10 years, kick back. Bro, when I say I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, that's a real thing. And to me, I don't understand how women go through multiple breakups and multiple heartbreaks.
Go ahead, speak.
So,
Because I got a question for go ahead.
Look, like me and you have been having real conversations since 2017, 2018, back when you was living down the street.
Oh yeah.
Off Slaughter.
INT
We've been having conversations about full-blown commitment. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why we was having them conversations is because I got the utmost respect for both of y'all.
Yeah.
But all in all, you just speaking from, your perspective, do you feel like you deserved it? With everything that you realize now, at the end of the day, do you feel like you deserve
How it went out? Or how it played out?
everything? Where we at right now?
I don't think I deserve how it played out. I think that, like, as a woman, I think she could have just talked to me and had a conversation. If you want to leave, you can leave. I'm holding you hostage. You can leave. But I think that not being able to give me, because, bro, people were shocked. We were getting opportunities. People were shocked. People were like, wait, what? And she didn't tell none of her close friends about it.
We are those people.
Yeah.
We are those people.
People were shocked about the whole situation. So, like, I think that one thing I would like differently is just have her have a conversation with me, like, hey, this ain't gonna work out because X, Y, and Z. I would have been like, I understand, because another thing for me, I know we're talking about deal breakers. For me, you got kids, a deal breaker for me. I know it's kind of hard now, because everyone has kids, but for me, I just don't want someone with kids. I just, I want to start my own family. So I think that I wish she had done things differently, but it's life. You really don't learn.
Yeah. And bro, I appreciate you for even having the courage to just.
I was just gonna
drop
say,
that.
hey, you're real for sure. You're real for sure.
That is,
because others are experiencing the things, but they won't let it out. They won't go through it. They won't. Another thing I feel like coming from what just hearing from you, like you said, I thank God that you really allowed yourself to heal to your counsel, and then close the door, put the blinds up, and just say, "Oh, it's all over." You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, Pat's lovely, by the way. Pat's lovely. Walk through the front door, manly mahogany teak. I love it because it's at the crib for myself.
I appreciate you.
You know what I'm saying? So to hear that of how you broke it down, to rebuild that, when I know it's only God, but a lot of people don't bounce back.
Yeah, no, I think that for me, it was tough, bro. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, it was, and I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned is I would never do what I did before in the past of, those mishaps, of cheating, right? I think that I would never do that because as you're the person that does the mistake, you don't see anything of it. You're just all right,
Yes, sir.
Move past it, right? And when you're the person that gets cheated on, boy, I've never felt pain like that before, and I would never wish that upon my worst enemy because it's just...
Because you just know.
I just know. And so for me moving forward, bro, I would never do it again because, bro, I don't want no one to feel that. Because, bro, I lost 40 pounds. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I was really going through it.
Yes, sir.
And I didn't understand... I think what it was, I didn't understand the reason as to why. I eventually got the why. But in those first couple of months, I didn't understand it. So it was hard. And what was the crazy part was, too, like, life work-wise was perfect, bro. I got a salary increase.
And I was just finna ask you that, because he asked a great question. Do you feel like you deserve it? Piggybacking off of that question, you said in your side, I look and I do the same thing. When I'm observing of myself, self-reflection after a relationship has ended. What could I have done better?
Right.
What did I do wrong? Or whatever in that sense. But this is also the question. You said you thought you stopped dating her, right? Do you feel it was the same?
That's a good question. I didn't talk about that.
I know we don't, cause I'm gonna say me. I come back to me every time.
Right.
She can go cheat, and I'm like, oh, it's me.
Hey, let Irv drop because Irv he
Accountability. That's all that is, right?
Yeah.
There.
No, I'm with you. That's why I had to ask.
It's funny. It's a running joke. It's not to say that no women have accountability. I don't ever want to go on record and say that. Y'all be trying to kill me in the comments. But the reality is, it's a running joke. It's a running statement, and it's kind of a running fact. That, generally speaking, when it boils down to it, something goes down. Men, even in the moment, we may not do it, but we'll always take a step back and be like, you know what? That was on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, accountability. I feel like sometimes women, bro, they will not take accountability no matter what the circumstance. It's like are you not
You see
seeing
what you
what
did?
I'm,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like you don't think at all like this. It ain't had nothing. Okay, cool. Gratefully, again, I have a wife that we can work through those things. You feel what I'm saying? We've been together, going on 10 years soon. You know what I'm saying? We're about like 8 right now. And it's taking time. It's taking time for both of us to be able to be accountable.
I was just gonna say that.
You know what I mean? And learn how to communicate that accountability too, because sometimes you can know in the back of your head, like, ooh, yeah, that was on me. But you don't want to say it, right? You know what I mean? You may like, I ain't gonna say nothing right now though. I'm gonna wait. So you know what I mean?
And I was just gonna say that.
It's important sometimes to just come up and be like, hey, look, I apologize. I shouldn't have handled it that way.
Right.
Or I apologize. I shouldn't have came at you that way. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times people don't want to take accountability.
Yeah.
So to your point, something goes wrong, you reflecting on you like, man, what could I have done better? But it's very rare that we ever say like, hold on, what could they have done better? Like, and I wonder if they ask themselves the same question.
It's funny you say that. For months, I was holding myself fully accountable for everything. And I was telling people for months, even my mom, my aunt, I was just like, it's my fault. It's all my fault. And then I didn't really get I guess the closure when I found out she was pregnant. I think that for me, it was like, okay, so it's not all my fault. It was a weight lifting off my shoulders. Cause now the way that I see it, it's not one person or more person's fault. I think it's both parties' fault of why my stuff didn't work out. But in the beginning, bro, it was all me. It was like I had took a full percentage of accountability. I, went to therapy, and I just thought it was all my fault. It's why I'm in this situation that I'm in.
Yeah.
But hold on. So me and you, me and him, we've always been in communication. I mean, ever since we've known each other, we've stayed in communication. Me and him have had real conversations.
Yeah.
He already said, he was stepping out, Right. So the thing is, the conversations me and him had, for him to go and take that knee, only a real man gonna be able to understand how much that really means and what it takes for a man to get on one knee and commit to this woman, because it's a running joke that men, we can't stay at home. You know what I'm saying? So for you to be able, and this is all conversations we've had, for him to be able to go take that knee, he was really locked in and committed at that point of him going to go take that knee.
Oh, yeah.
Now, anything after that, the past is the past. Because I've been in relationships where we can easily point the finger back and forth all day.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? It's easy to do that and say it was because of this, because of that. When you got to the point to where you took the knee and both parties agreed, family, friends. We had a big old such and such over here.
It was lit.
You know what I'm saying? It was lit.
Open bar.
And so it's like everybody knowing about the relationship, and then it continued. Then it got to the point. So, that's not the, you know what I'm saying? Because women probably listen to this and like, yep, you hear this? You hear it? And no,
that's why I
because there are some good men out there that's going to, you know what I'm saying, do what they got to do. Which brings me to my next question.
Go ahead.
Can commitment be just as real without the title and legality of marriage? What you think? What you think, Irv?
That's a complex question. I'm gonna say it like this. I think that it can be. The problem, though, that I see with it is that while people can be in long-term committed relationships with one another without marriage, you good, Mike.
I tried to keep going.
Nah, it's all good. I like breaking the fourth wall. You know what I mean? I'm an actor. We got Mike behind the camera over here. That's my guy, man. Yeah. The fact is that, yes, people can be committed long-term, fully committed, trusting one another without the title of marriage. The problem, from my personal perspective, is that without the title of marriage, it makes things like infidelity and other situations like that easier to sort of write off or dismiss or excuse, because it's like, well, hey, I mean,
you ain't lying.
Technically, because that's what people gonna say. Technically, we ain't married, so like, it's all good.
You ain't lying.
I still love you. We still love each other.
You ain't lying.
So I think when you get in front of your family and you make that commitment before God, because that's the only, to be honest, that's the only real situation where you should even be doing it.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, marriage is biblical. So like, if you ain't really making that commitment, you get up there and say vows to your partner and you got your family around and all that. That's cute and, decorations. But at the end of the day, you got to understand who you're making that commitment in front of for real. And that's the Most High. So like, if you're not willing to really stand on that, you shouldn't even be doing it in the first place. You feel what I'm saying? So when you go to that level, then I think the commitment takes a new life. You feel what I'm saying? It grows. You know what I'm saying? It deepens. Like, you know what I mean? There's like a whole different level of like things that you're now needing to be conscious and aware of.
Yeah, because when you meet the parents,
it's different.
When you meet the parents, it's on another level. At least that's how I look at it.
Yeah. You heard what Dom said?
Yeah.
Mom still see her as like a whole thing.
Yeah, when you meet the parents, that's that right there, and that's also could be a deal breaker.
There's so many people.
That's another conversation.
You know what I'm saying? There's so many people involved in that. You know what I mean? Like, like you say, like you getting family involved.
10
you know
years?
what I'm saying?
10
Like,
years?
just like two people. Like,
she not thinking she going anywhere.
We're
waiting on you.
Nieces and nephews and stuff. Like, oh, what happened to Auntie so and so or Uncle so and so? Like,
yes, sir.
There's a lot of things that come with it. So, I think that yes, the commitment can be there, but I think that ultimately, without marriage, there's always a floor that could drop out with little to no accountability, because you could always go back to like, well, we're not married, so like,
right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But what y'all think, though?
No, I agree. I think commitment can definitely be there for sure. Mm-hmm. But like, people love being in love. And the highest form of love to me is marriage. That's the highest form you can kind of be in. And it's like, so yeah, you can be in a long-term relationship for a long time, but it's kind of like, to me, lust and love, right? Like, I think that like, people, when I'm in love, I love this person, I'll take a bullet for them. When I'm in lust, I want this person. I want that long-term commitment without the title. That's the lust, right? And then when you're in love, you really gonna take that extra step and marry that person. So
you putting a lot of people's skeletons out the closet, because I know some people probably.
But
you ain't lying.
But I'm dumb. Did you finish that thought?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm just going to piggyback off of that. Yeah. To me, it has to go off of your belief system. Just like how Earth said. See, I'm the Holy Bible in here. The highest form of that love is the union of coming as one, and to do that and to honor God, we make that commitment, right? But I've also seen and experienced in my own family, my own blood, where that has not been the decision, and they've been cool with living a life of committed to each other, but not in the way that God sees fit, right?
Yeah.
Now, the way I look at it, just like anything else, anyone who claims to believe in the same faith, in the same belief as mine, it is my job and my duty to observe, not to sit here and condemn or not, just observe, because I have to make sure the way I'm walking is a pleasing right. I'm not gonna sit here and you say you love God, but then you out here doing everything against what the word is saying.
Right.
Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Like, come on, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if
playing with fire with that, if someone
does not believe in the same, anything that I bring to them makes no sense to them because that is not their way of life. Yeah. That's not their walk. That's not their. And I can't sit here and say anything and expect them to or anything.
Automatically change.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. First of all, only the Holy Spirit is only God's going to do that, and they have to accept Him as their Lord and Savior to even see that and be tapped in to understand that. Hey, right. We're gonna make this. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, I agree. Commitment is commitment. You know what I'm saying? They're committing to living a life of, hey, we're together without
the title.
Yeah, they've committed to that.
Yeah.
To whatever. But my thing is, what are those terms?
Right.
What are those terms? Because like you said, if I decide to go here and build a life with another person the same exact way, you show me where that's not. Right. If I'm not a believer, you show me the book where it says that, or you show me the instructions of life to where it's saying, okay, I can't have this over here and this over here. Because that's where I feel like people come into play of, that's why they want to, the word, no, the word says this way.
Yeah.
So you got to,
clear.
You know what I'm saying? So but now you saying, no, you want to adapt it. I can't, but the word says this. Now, if you want to live and say and do that, then let's just be real and say that. It's kind of like this. It's kind of like this. It's like keep it as simple as this. We know we shouldn't have relations before marriage, right?
Right.
In our belief system, we know we shouldn't. But we know we fall short. But that don't mean we sit here and say when we fall short, it's okay.
Right.
No, we know it's wrong.
We know, yeah.
No, you know you're supposed to repent and get right, rather than waking up every day and just saying, it's whatever now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's how I keep it as simple. They're like, hey, it's that simple. These are instructions. You gonna buy about it or you're not, and be real about it.
Yeah. A lot of people are not having the same conversation on that topic.
Right.
I'm with you.
Yeah. And which was about which I mean, I'm glad you said everything you said. You know, at the end of the day, we all gonna come to our own conclusions, our own opinions. What's important is that this conversation has been very fruitful as far as bringing out the traits and characteristics of what a healthy relationship should look like and what it should be like. Whether if you're married for 2 years, 10 years, relationship for 3 months, 10 years, it really don't matter. It really comes down to a relationship filled with respect and loyalty and transparency.
Yeah.
Communication. And like, you know, even to what you're saying, like having those good characteristics on what we talked about today. People be following the laws of God and don't even be knowing it, but still don't believe. And so, like, when it comes down to what you were saying, not everybody's going to put God in their relationship because, again, you got swingers that's been doing this for 10 years and they happily married doing what they doing, and that ain't aligning with the scriptures. And so, like, from us, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know what I'm saying? We like to, you know what I'm saying, keep God as the center value in our relationship. And we pray and hope that everyone does so as well, because there is no other way. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you go through, at some point in your life, you will end up praying for something to go your way. And so it's best that you might as well just follow suit and try to get understanding in the first place.
Amen.
So when it comes down to it, if you like this episode and if you feel like it's been fruitful, please like, subscribe, share. It's all free. You ain't gotta. We ain't asking for no money.
Absolutely.
We're just asking for your support so we can continue to do what we do.
Yeah.
And we will see you on another one. On the next one, I'm out. We out. It's more in the podcast. Thank you.